cancer. A recent study by Swedish researchers found no link between mobile phone and cancer of the brain tumor. It suggests that development of brain tumor due to mobile use may take at least 20 to 50 years. That is the long duration usage is required to develop the cancer. So that's why actually we are not getting the result. It does not mean that the radio frequency or use of mobile phone is not a risk factor for the cancer. And another epidemiological research examining the potential long-term risks from the radio frequency exposure looked at association between the brain tumor and the mobile phone. However, the result on the animal studies consistently show that no increased cancer risk for long-term exposure of the radio frequency. Actually, there is some controversial result reported by many group of researchers. Some groups said there is a risk, and some groups said there is no risk. So, but here we see actually some of the other studies. The international pool data analysis gathered from 13 participating countries found no increased risk of glioma and meningioma with mobile phone use more than 10 years. And there are some other studies indicate that increased risk of glioma of these who reported highest 10% of the cumulative hours of the cell phone use. So largely based on this data, International Agency for Research on Cancer classified radiofrequency electromagnetic field is possibly carcinogenic to human. That is group B, 2B, and the category used when they causal association with the considered credible, but when chance or bias is confounding, cannot rule out the reasonable confidence. But here I can show you the one study, animal study. It has been shown that the studying on the rats, the prolonged exposure to the electromagnetic radiation can lead to the severe brain damage. When people using cell phone, a particular brain side have more risk of damaging on that side, leading to the complex disorder that may or may not be reversible. You see here, so this is the normal pattern of albumin in hypothalamus. There is a brown showing the brown staining, but here brain exposed from with the cell phone radio frequency, albumin staining scattered throughout. Here is only one place, but it is scattered. It indicates the the damaging of the brain. So, though the cancer is not established due to the use of the mobile phone, but you see, due to change of the electrical activities of the brain, people can suffer from the different problem due to the long use of the cell phone. The major problem that is linked to the excessive cell phone users are, that is the seizures, that is related to the brain disorder, blood vessel that mobile rings and vibration, and increased use of the mobile in the post-evening until the midnight. And He et al., in this year, recent study, it is a recent study, showed that restricting mobile phone can close to the bedtime, reduce sleep latency and pre-sleep arousal, sleep duration, and working memory. And simple changes to moderate usage of recommended to individual with sleep disturbance. Tamirua in 2017 found a study that the Japanese and also the overuse of the mobile phone, social networks are one of the health hazards seen in case of the users. And other study, recent study 2020, and light is too bright, and that is too close or too far from the screen, or too much time to looking at the screen. So these are the major causes of the headache due to the using of the screen. Heart problem. So heart problem may be associated with the overuse of the cell phone. A study published in the European Journal of Oncology, radiation emitted by the cordless phone, including mobiles, contribute to the abnormalities of the heart function. It is reported that the so it causes some problems in the red cells. And some other studies showed that the radio frequency of the cell phone prolonged the QT interval, that is of the ECG, and internet of the voltage criteria of ECG record the male patient in the myocardial ischemia. That means this the ECG is showing some signs and symptoms of the myocardial ischemia of those who are exposed to the radio frequency. Indian medical student was studied during the call. A 1 minute phone call raised their heart rate. A chronic user cell phones and the blood cholesterol level were also higher in the regular users. And a similar that the ring of cell phone caused the blood millimeter of HE. We have made a study on the cell phone call. Changes in some ECG that causes the heart, that may be some associated with the heart problem. But defibrillator, they are unaffected in the sleep. So that is a good thing. That is the pacemaker, the patient with pacemaker or defibrillator are unaffected with the cell phone. There is evidence that the cell phone radiation decreases the sperm count in the male rat. To identify whether the same holds the true or human as a the mobile phone had use of the mobile phone had decreased the sperm cell count in the semen and leading to the infertility. Quality and infertility, and they showed that this actually cell phone that causes the testicular damage of the testicle, increase oxidative stress and heating and radiation. And another study in 2017 noted that distance from the telecommunication tower was significantly associated with the decreasing sperm volume. The time spent on sending or receiving messages was significantly associated with the decreased sperm count. And while carrying mobile phone in trouser pocket was significantly associated with the increasing means of the immotile sperms. Hearing impairment. Hearing impairment is a common phenomenon. So nowadays, particularly the young generation, they always hear songs from the mobile phone. And also they use the mobile phone for a long term by pressing their set within the ear. So this loss. So mobile radiation is an additional factor that makes one deaf. A long-term exposure to the electromagnetic 2 hours and every day were at the higher risk in impairing compared to the other who are the moderate users. So there is some evidences. I am actually skipping this. There may be some unilateral hearing loss. Actually, it is caused that causes the damage of the outer hair cell, that is particularly in the basal turn of the cochlea. That's why actually hearing loss is caused. And there is an eye problem. Eye problem is also called because the people that is constantly look at the glaring skin in the small font size and strain causes eyes and leading to the it particularly using in the reading in the dark. So it causes different problems like dry eyes, irritation, reddening of eyes, like that. So actually, this eye problem is caused the actually it is essential for us. It keeps the eye wet, and there is a squinting on the screen. It is found due to the long term use, and due to the excessive glare. Due to the excessive glare, that is, glare means the excessive light on the eye field, that causes also the eye strain. These are the main causes of the eye problems. And there is also skin allergies. Use of the smartphone causes the skin allergies, because you see these are made of mainly some nickel and cobalt. This contact with the nickel and cobalt causes some skin allergies. And infection is very common with the mobile phone use, and so it is contaminated with organism from the fecal origin, that is germ. It is found that in many mobile phone, it is studied and found that there is E. coli and Staphylococcus aureus is found, and it may be a medium from transmission coronavirus, because it is spread through the touch. So if one infected people touch the mobile, if it is asymptomatic, it may be transmitted to the mobile phone. That is every possibility. And there is a musculoskeletal problem of the, particularly from the phone user. That is the desktop or laptop users. That is the fatigue, and there is back pain, chest pain in the numbness in the arms, shoulders. So different kinds of musculoskeletal problems are found for those who use computer for a long time. Apart from this, there is cervical spondylosis and lumbar spondylosis. Pain at the neck and shoulder, headache, and stiffness of the neck and the shoulder is found. And so danger of children using of the cell phone. Children is more dangerous than the adult, because they have the thinner skull compared to the adults, and children using the cell phone beyond this limit run into a major risk of producing brain damage due to the increased heating of the brain cells. So that's why it is more dangerous for using cell phone for the children. So these are the problems we have actually discussed so far. Now, what are the ergonomic suggestions or interventions for reducing such kind of health hazards during work from home, including attending virtual classes? Virtual class or intervention 1. Practice 20-20 rule when using digital devices for daily or period of time without taking break. When using digital device like computer or laptop, this causes some musculoskeletal disorder. But the alternate between the standing and sitting position frequently when using digital device. So you see, this is the sitting posture using a computer, and here thus the working table height is increased, and the people can do work on the standing posture. So there is a change between sitting and standing posture that can relieve the musculoskeletal disorder during long-term use of the computer. Now, suggestion 3, and the support of the arm, holding the smartphone with another hand, and hold your phone to keep your neck straight as you can. That is, using the smartphone with the hand causes the head to tilt forward. That is, forward tilting of the head and leading to the additional stress on the neck, and so there is a mechanical stress on the shoulder, and so if it is straight, and decrease the mechanical stress on the shoulder. So viewing distance should be at least 40 centimeter, and there is a additional support of the arm. This is a very good practice, that support on the arm, holding the smartphone with the other hand. So it will give a support to your hand, and it will reduce the stress in the shoulder and the shoulder region and the neck. And smartphone, and try to raise the height of the to the eye level slightly below by pressing the device in the stack and the book or magazine. So prolonged use of the screen, the tablet or a mobile, holding one hand, use the head and tilt. The tilting of the head is required, and leading to the additional stress on the neck. So use a stand or a case for the tablet or smartphone, and try to raise the height to to the eye level and slightly below by placing it on a stack of books or magazine. If it is the stand is not available, it can be placed on a stack of books or magazines can be given, and so that this eye level, it comes to the eye level and there is no stress in the neck level. So these are the very small practices. And suggestion 5. So this is a very simple and useful suggestion. That use the landscape orientation as standard, and when browsing or watching content of the digital devices. So holding the tablet or the smartphone in the portal style in one hand makes the character size and content appear smaller, resulting poor visibility. Whereas rotating the screen in a landscape mode can increase the character size and makes the content appear larger in many of the cases. So your eye stress will be reduced. Next, suggestion 6, stop, drop and flop. This is a stop, drop and drop. And after sending an email or text, stop once what you are doing and put your device on the table. There is some time gap, and stretch and let your shoulder drop and let your hands flop by your side and neck retraction as shown above. That is that you move your head backward horizontally as an effective way. That is a good alignment of the spine also, that will reduce your neck stress as well as the back stress, lower back stress particularly. So this is a stop, drop and flop principle. And now and use an external HFRE keyboard while texted via tablet or smartphone for a long time. You see that the typing for a long period of time for in a tablet or smartphone keyboard in a portrait mode causes some constant posture. So in that case, that is a very constant, because it is very finger active to be used in a small buttons of the smartphone. So in that case, a additional keyboard or external keyboard can be used for texting, particularly when a long text is prepared. Can be used, which will actually shorten the time as well as your stress. And now the mobile phone safety devices. For talking, what are the safety measures you take for talking? Keep the cell phone away from the body and use some hand-free devices such as earphones, Bluetooth for communicating. And don't keep cell phones on the body while talking. And use more land phones as they used in analog signals. Actually, land phone is now very much scanty because of this smartphone era. And trying texting as an alternative to talking the cell phone. Instead of talking, you try to message, and it causes less damage of the radio frequency. And don't try to talk in the mobile for more than 15 minutes at a time. These are some safety practices can be done. Those who use and now the same type of recommendations are actually made by the California Department of the Public Health, and carry it in a purse or briefcase instead of pocket. Reduce cell phone use when the signal is weak. That is, the phone shows only one. If you are in a fast-moving car or bus, since the phone put more radio frequency than in that time, and reduce the use of the cell phone stream audio or video, download or upload finger times. Keep the phone away from the bedtime, particularly from the head. So these are the recommendations. And suggestion 9, that is for the computer user. So adjust your chair. Actually, the computer here, I had said that the musculoskeletal disease, this can be avoided. Do something, a good workstation or some practice that can reduce the musculoskeletal disorder during long-term use of the computer. Adjust your chair and desk such as the screen is either at your eye level or lower. Seat your back straight and leg perpendicular to the on the side like this. This is a good thing. This is the good thing. Take a mini break from the work rate cycle, you say, Actually, a good computer workstation reduces many of the musculoskeletal disorder, and that should be a proper backrest. Chair without backrest should not be used while using the computer. It should not be from a stool. It should be that the chair should be with a backrest, and it gives the back good back support and supports your lumbar region. And shoulders should be relaxed, helps the use of backrest. Head should be up, eyes looking forward at the same line, and monitor approximately at the eye height, and arm at the distant away. And reference material should be easy to look out. It should not be that the head should not be tilted from the side, and the feet firmly on the footrest or on the floor. Only moderate pressure at the front of the seat side. That is a good workstation for the computer, that the people can continue there for a long time without reduced musculoskeletal. Too much bending here, bending posture, the neck and stress and lumbar region. And here is the proper posture, that is with the backrest, that is a straight body, good posture should be adopted during using the screen. So this is the last, that the GEAL recommendation, that is a sum up of the computer user, particularly those who computer instead of the smartphone. So table height should be slightly lower than the elbow height position, and the wrist are in the natural and straight position. Head is upright over your shoulder, and eyes are looking bit downward, not bending from the neck. Backrest of the chair should support the natural curvature of the lower back. Elbows bent at 90 degree, and forearms should be horizontal position, and shoulders should relax, it's not raised, and thighs horizontal position at 90 to 110 degree angle at the hip. Feet on the flat on the floor, that it should not be raised, or it may be placed on the footrest as you have shown in the figure. So this is for the. So we have discussed two things, that is the what should be done by the mobile users and what should be done by the computer or desktop users. So we can come to a conclusion. So that there is a great uncertainty in the education world for resuming the normality, because still now all education institutions are closed. Students are compelled to attend the classes through the virtual mode, although all students are do this. Go back to the normal classroom with bench and desk. That is a psychological status of the both when they use the usual bench to avoid the online classes attended. Does not use do not use the smartphone for other activities, including the recreation activities like viewing the movies or singing or listening songs like that when you are using the online classes. This will reduce the time of usage. So after and another thing the students can do, that to reduce the mobile phone usage time, that after taking their notes from the online classes, take the printout of the if possible, if there is a system for further reading, and so that you are not compelled to read from the screen again, exposing the radio frequency, so that you can reduce the smartphone usage time. So so used in such a way, and so let us hope we shall back to the normal class again, and such problem will be reduced automatically. So thank you very much. We shall wait for the new Corona Free Day. Thank you very much for patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentations and to aware about how we use our cell phones, mobiles, computers in a wrong way. and therefore several problems we suffered. Thank you also.
Thank you, sir. Your speech for it also. Sir, one question is here by Aranya
Yeah.
Bhatta.
Yes.
How can we get rid of such side effects caused by radiation?
Actually, you see, that is actually the measures we have already discussed. That is the distance. Keep the distance from that. And one thing is that is I have not mentioned. That is in some computer, some screen are available. Some extra screen is available. Some guard shield is available, which actually from which we can get rid of the blue light particularly, but not much from the radiation. So actually, the keeping the distance, as we have seen, as you mentioned that the intensity of the radiation is reduced at the distance way as far as possible. Then only the radio frequency effect can be reduced. Other there is no other problem, no other way.
Way also. Thank you. Way also. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Madam, please ask some participants if they have some questions, or if they have some questions, please ask to our sir, Professor Mukhala. He can answer.
Okay, sir. Hello, participants. If you have any question, you may turn on your microphone and you can reach the question to the speaker.
Somnath sir aছেন আমার মনে হয় প্রফেসর
Yes,
Somnath.
sir. He is present here, sir.
I think he
He is the next speaker of the session. Yes. Then, thank you, sir. Thank you, Rakesh, sir.
Thank you.
Now,
স্যার ভালো থাকবেন, স্যার ভালো থাকবেন, আপনি সেশনটাতে থাকবেন স্যার।
Okay. I am trying to
now our next speaker, Dr. Somnath Gangopadhyay, Professor and former head, Department of Physiology, Calcutta University. He is in charge of Occupational Ergonomics Laboratory and coordinator of Sports Science Department, Calcutta University. Welcome, sir. Presently, he is holding the very prestigious post of Honorary General Secretary of Physiological Society of India. We are proud of our community, sir. He has made a brilliant and glamorous CV. If we just mention a little part of it, I think everyone can understand the extent of his talent. Sir, you have more than 200 research publications in national and international papers, reviewed with high impact factor journals and books. You have got many prestigious titles from different societies of India and abroad as well. You are also being awarded the Ramendra Sundar Sinha Memorial Oration and A. Subramaniam Memorial Oration. Despite of your busy schedule, you will be with us. We are proud and privileged. Sir, thanks again. Now the session is yours.
Thank you. নমস্কার, আমি কি বাংলায় বলবো না ইংরেজিতে বলবো?
স্যার
স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য
স্যার
স্প্যানিশে বলো।
তো ভালোই হয়, কিন্তু আমাদের পার্টিসিপেন্টস যারা আছেন তাদের মধ্যে পুরো ভারতবর্ষ থেকে অনেকেই আছে, বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে।
ওকে,
আপনি যদি মানে মিক্সিং উইথ ইংলিশ এন্ড
right
some Bengali explanation.
Okay. I answer. So if I will mainly I will talk in English, and then sometimes I will add some Bengali words there, so that the students of for this region, for the college, most of the students can understand what I'm trying to do. But the very important thing is there will be repetition of the slide. Because I'm going to tell you about the work from home, and already Professor already told about the about the hazard with the with the laptop and with the mobile phone, the smartphone. So some repetitions may be there. So I'm trying to elaborate. I'm trying to explain in such a way that you will not understand that repetition. You will not find it. সেই রিপিটেশনটা খুঁজে যাতে না পাওয়া যায়, আমি সেরকম ভাবে চেষ্টা করছি বলার জন্য। অনেক ধন্যবাদ। I am very much grateful that you invite me over here to share my thoughts and other things about this in this pandemic situation. And thank you at all. So first I should share my screen. That will take some time. Now it is visible, na?
Okay, sir. Visible.
Oh, nice. So if you go through the heading, jodi jan, then you will find a printing mistake. That is typing mistake. That is the health will become the health. I'm intentionally making things. That is the health is very much difficult thing in case of the when we have to work from home. বাড়িতে বসে কাজ করার সময় health is a very difficult thing, to maintain your health. And that's the very important questions over here in COVID-19 situation. And when we have to work from COVID-19 situation, then we try to make our home as our office. That's the most interesting thing. But it is very difficult to make our home at our office, because home means sweet home, and suddenly that home will become bitter home. Because we had to work for longer period. আমাকে অনেকক্ষণ ধরে কাজ করতে হবে সেখানে বাড়িতে বসে। যেরকম প্রফেসর ধারাই মাত্র বললেন যে আমাকে অনেকক্ষণ ধরে সেখানে ক্লাস করতে হবে। And ক্লাস করতে হবে কিসের সঙ্গে? In which way I will attend the class, or I will work from my home with the computer. Some hazards already you mentioned. That hazard is very much very much difficult to combat that hazard. সেই hazard গুলো থেকে বাঁচা ভীষণ মুশকিল। And the very important thing is 2 or 3 days back when I got one email from from online shop. That is, whenever you will just click this portion, যখন এই পোর্শনটাকে ক্লিক করবেন, then you will find hundreds of furnitures. That furnitures only for the furniture will be used at your home, and then you will get maximum comfort by working from home. So this is the conditions where it is very difficult, because at home it is very difficult. Amader barite we may work like this. We may take the class, we may attend the class, work like this. And the lower portion. And this is the conditions of the work from home, in this situation, because we bound to work from home. But what is the effect of ergonomics over here? Ergonomics is kaajta ki. When I first joined in ergonomics class in 1984, probably, that time my teacher, Professor Rabindranath Sen, who first established ergonomics, Indian ergonomics, first started Indian ergonomics from the Calcutta University. So, as a he used to say that, Somnath, there are the 2 Greek words in ergonomics. One is argon, and other one is nomos. Argon means word, and the nomos means laws. And that time I tried to conjugate these 2 words. That is, with word and the law, I tried to conjugate. I tried to mix these 2 words. 2 words can be mixed করার চেষ্টা করতাম, and then it will come like laws of work. What does it mean, laws of work? It is very difficult for me to understand. But this laws means natural law, prokriti niyam, natural law in work. So if you follow the natural law during your work, then your productivity, your efficiency will be increased. Now the question now is over here that parite at home, in which way we maintain the natural law? Because, it is very difficult to get the proper furniture over here. It is very difficult to get proper atmosphere, proper ambient at home, to increase your efficiency like at your office or like at your institution. So question is there that in which way we maintain the natural law, because furniture আমার কাছে নেই, আমি কি করে natural law maintain করব? When we use this type of furniture, then we have to bend forward, and this bending forward is not meaning as we are following the natural law. আমি যদি সামনে ঝুঁকে কাজ করি সেটাকে আমি কখনোই বলবো না we are following the natural law. তার মানে we have to straighten our back, আমার ব্যাকটাকে সোজা রাখতে হবে. That is the natural law. It's a green circle দিয়ে দেখানো হয়েছে. It is indicated by the green circle that your posture should be like this, and then you have to you are maintaining the natural law. So this is not the natural law, and in these conditions so many things are involved. যেরকম screen, positions of the screen is involved, positions of the keyboard is involved, and the height of the chair is involved, positions of the backrest. The most important thing, positions of the backrest is involved. But at home, in which way you are getting this type of chair? Because it is very costly. I will show you so many chairs. A chair is দাম অনেক, very expensive. In which way we have to, we will get this chair. Sometimes we have to work from home by sitting on the floor. সেখানে আমি কি করে ergonomics use করব? In which way we can use ergonomics over there, sitting on the floor and applying the ergonomics? That's the most interesting part, and I'm trying to give you some hints over there. So now it is very clear that ergonomics means we have to maintain the natural law during our work. And there are three important things, that is the three important things of the human being is very much related with ergonomics. One is the strength or capabilities, then the limitations, and third one is the requirement. Now, if your furnitures are very heavy at home, because আমরা কাজ করার সময় we have to change the furniture from one place to another place. We have to lift the furniture from one place to another place. And if the furnitures are very heavy, then it will be very difficult for you to lift the furniture from one place to another place. So if you are using the heavy weight furniture, that means you are not obeying the rules of ergonomics and the limitations. Human body dimensions is the limitations. So you have to find out the proper chair. You have to find out the proper table at your home, or you have to make the chair in such a way that will almost match your body dimensions. And when it will match your body dimensions, then you will get maximum comfort. তোমাকে আমাদের সেই চেয়ারটা বেছে নিতে হবে বাড়ি থেকে যেটা আমার বডি ডাইমেনশনের, বডির শরীরের মাপের সঙ্গে মিলে যায়, and then you will get maximum comfort. সব থেকে বেশি আরাম পাবে to work from home. And then the last thing is the needs, that is the requirement of the human being. These are all the requirements when you have to work from either with the computer. This monitor, that is the positions of the monitor, is very important thing. Positions of the keyboard is very important thing. Positions of the mouse is also very important thing. Principal sir কিছুক্ষণ আগেই আমাদের আলোচনা করছিলেন যে ergonomics মানে that the design is very interesting thing. Yes, of course, design is there, and in which way we will design our home so that we get maximum comfort at home doing work from home. That is the challenge of ergonomics. So I will share with some statistics. Like the 56% office employees will work from home in future. আমার মনে হয় this is not the 56%, that should be 80%. কিন্তু this is recorded value, যে 56%. And very interesting thing is before COVID-19, most of the people are very much interested to work from home. But after COVID, from the statistics of the Times of India, it was found that maximum people are feeling loneliness by working from home, during working from home. And they don't want to work from home during the COVID-19. So that is the situation, real situation of the COVID-19. And I used to say, this is work from home is a result or the side effect of the COVID-19. So COVID-19 is situation and a side effect of work from home. And now we are bound to work from home. And second thing is 63% of employees feel that they are more productive when working remotely. But this is the statistics before the the COVID-19 period. COVID-19 period and again period is statistics. Then afterwards, that productivity is very difficult thing. Now if you feel lonely, then in which way you will produce more? In which way you will work more time? You will devote more time during work. In work, কি করে আমি অনেকক্ষণ ধরে কাজ করব যদি আমি lonely feel করি? Because Indian philosophy হলো to mixing with friends and relatives. But during the COVID-19 situation, we had to work from home, and remotely means we had to lonely we had to work from home, and the work pressure is so heavy, eto beshi tremendous work pressure, and then we had to devote more times than in regular time. Normally je time ta amra ditam 8 hours or something like that, we had to devote more than 10 hours, sometimes it is 12 hours, and that totally depends on the connectivity of the internet. Connectivity of the internet is very slow in India now, and now it is very difficult for the person to pack up his work within the 8 hours. Then you have to work more than 8 hours, more than 10 hours. That means he or she is exposed to the hazard more than 10 hours, more than 12 hours. This exposure period is very important thing. And the most important thing is in the third line, about the third point, that is 30 to 45 days to get productivity to the same level as working from office. Office je productivity ami ditam, সেই productivity তে reach করতে, if I want to reach the productivity at my office, then I require 30 to 45 days. আমার 30 That is the most important thing. আমার বাড়িতে কাজ করার মতো জিনিস নেই. Then in which way, if my in my home, at my house, if there is nothing, there is no such thing as there. And he first gave us idea about the occupational medicine, and he told that every occupation is related with the diseases. That means every occupation is related with every diseases. প্রত্যেকটা occupationই diseases সঙ্গে related. তার মানে he gave us idea over here, which is known as it is very difficult to pronounce actually, and that will create the development of the musculoskeletal disorder. That is the musculoskeletal disorder means that is the soft body tissues injuries, soft tissue injuries in the different part of the body. And there are the different types of musculoskeletal disorders we develop in the during the work from home. And these are the different parts. And the most important or the common thing is the back pain or this is the lower back pain, and maybe the upper back pain. And everything is related with your posture. So in which way you can change your posture? But you should think that your posture is related with the positions of the screen, that is positions of the monitor, positions of the keyboard, and also adjustment of the chair. আমাদের posture আমার কম্পিউটার স্ক্রিনের উপর, পজিশনস অফ দা টেবিলের উপর, টেবিলের কেমন পজিশন আছে, চেয়ারটা সত্যি সত্যি অ্যাডজাস্ট হয়েছে কিনা তার উপর. And when sometimes we have to work from home, that is bound to work from home by sitting on the floor, then what is the condition? এই কন্ডিশনে আমি কি করে আমাকে নিজেকে বাঁচাবো? That's a very interesting thing. So there are so many stressors that contribute work-related musculoskeletal disorders, like poor awkward posture, static muscle loading. অনেকক্ষণ ধরে যে if I sit for a longer period, then the static muscle loading will be developed, and the repetitive task and the hard contact surface, that is the contact stress. Here, if the table is not proper, then the hard contact surface, there's some contact surface problems will be created. There's a severe pain at these positions of the এগুলো তো আমরা জানি. We know that these are very much related with development of the work-related musculoskeletal disorders. But there are other reasons also, like the glare in the room. So proper illumination should be there inside the room. If there is no proper illumination, then that will create the musculoskeletal disorder. Wrong desk, monitor, keyboard height, and also improper chair adjustment. These are all given, these are all the stressors. Egulo shopkichui will develop the musculoskeletal disorder. That is the severe pain at the defined part of your body. This is a very simple way if I describe about the musculoskeletal disorder. So these are the ergonomic controls through which you can control these things, like the posture. Your posture is very important. Desk, laptop, or not the laptop, by the desktop keyboard, the keyboard height, and the monitor height means desktop height is very important, and also the chair adjustment. So every time the chair, every time we are thinking about the chair, but the most of the time we are sitting on the floor. That's the very real thing, you know. So there are so many things of the chair, in which chair you have to select. That if there is 5-point base or not. Master casters ache kina, you have to find out if there's 5-point base or not. Where is the low back support, and whether if the adequate support at the back or not. These are all the things. And you know, when you go for the chair, then you have to find out this is for the backrest part, and whether if this is the proper backrest, then you have to you have to adjust this backrest, and whether which way you will identify this backrest is proper or not. I will give you some idea. And this is the cushion side, and which type of cushion, that is seat pan, you have to use, whether it is very soft or whether it's very hard. And these are all the casters. So these are all the things very much related. That is the adjustability of the chair is very much related with the comfort. চেয়ারটাকে কত রকম ভাবে আমি অ্যাডজাস্ট করতে পারবো সেটা ভীষণ ভাবে আমার কমফোর্টের সঙ্গে রিলেটেড। And you know, comfort means ergonomics. যেখানে আমি কমফোর্ট পাবো, you should know ergonomics is there. So comfort means ergonomics. So I have to give comfort to you. Yes, I can give you comfort through this chair, fully adjustable chair. The cost may be the 1 lakh rupees. It is also fully adjustable chair. The cost may be, chair. You will get support at your knee also. But this is again very expensive chair. And in which way you will use these things? বাড়িতে এরকম চেয়ার যদি আমি বলি যে আমার চাই, then বাড়িতে ঝামেলা শুরু হয়ে যায়। প্রত্যেকের বাড়িতেই তাই। This is also chair. And when you will sit on this chair, then automatically your back will become straight. So there is no need for the backrest. Here, no need for the backrest. But in this chair, it is very difficult to sit for a longer period. আমি আমার রেজিস্টারকে একবার বলেছিলাম যে in our university, in our classroom, we should use this type of chair, because in this chair, the person should not lose the concentration. If the students will lose the concentration, then suddenly, at that moment, he will fall down, because it is very difficult to, every time he or she should maintain. Backrest should be at your lumbosacral region. This is the region where the backrest should be. If the backrest at the thoracic region, then you will not get comfort. If the backrest is at the cervical region, then again you will not get comfort. So backrest should be at the lumbosacral region. সেজন্য আমাদের কি হয়, when we just আমরা বসি, when we just sit on the back seat of the minibus, then sometimes it is very difficult to get comfort, because the backrest is at the thoracic region, not at the lumbosacral region. So this is a very interesting part in case of the chair. But what about this person? When we have to work from home by sitting on the floor, yes, I will give some suggestions. If you just look minutely about find that he is taking some rest, some back rest. Where is taking the back rest? Yes, from the side of the side of the bed. From the side of the bed থেকে ও back support নিচ্ছে, rest নিচ্ছে. But he also needs some cushion. So this type of cushion you may arrange. And this cushion must be placed at the lumbosacral region. Here is not, cushion is not placed at the lumbosacral region. But here you should place this cushion not so hard, not so soft, at the lumbosacral region. তাহলে আমার একটা back support চাই, I need some back support. You can take back support from the side of your bed, and then you just place one cushion, একটা cushion place করতে হবে at the lumbosacral region. At this region you have to place the, the have to need, and again you have to need this type of table or desk over here where you can place the laptop and your notebook, because there's an ample place. And just you see, it is inclined. I will explain later on why it is inclined. এটা দেখো, এটা আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন যে এটা একটু ঝোঁকানো, এটা একটু কোনাকুনি ভাবে রাখা। কেন কোনাকুনি করা হয়েছে সেটা আমি পরে এক্সপ্লেন করব, এখন আমি এক্সপ্লেন করছি। And he's taking the mobile phone, and there's some bending, some twisting of the neck over here. And if we use this type of headphone, then there will be no twisting. যদি হেডফোন ইউজ করি তাহলে কিন্তু টুইস্টিংটা থাকবে না। So I can suggest him use this type of desk, this is a low heighted desk, and use these cushions. You will get maximum comfort working from home, and this is Ergonomics. And now, this is the cost of these things. Yes, some things like 300 or 400 rupees. Cost of these things, some things like 150 or 200 rupees. And then for the cost of these things, maybe 100 rupees. And some things you will get from home, at your home. কিছু কিছু জিনিস আমরা বাড়িতেও পাবো, যেরকম জল চৌকি we can get from home, but there's the inclinationটা আমাকে করে নিতে হবে। But in the jol chowki, we have to make this inclination, but we can get jol chowki from at our home also. আমাকে বাইরে থেকে কিনতে হবে না। So you can get everything at your home, but you have to arrange these things, and this is ergonomic. So low cost and the no cost arrangement of the intervention. Now, the computer monitor, place the monitor in a location that eliminates glare on the screen. এইখানে লোকটা in this way, if we place this monitor, in front of the window, if the window is this side, window যদি চোখের সামনে থাকে, then you will feel glare. So the window should be at your side, maybe at your right side, maybe at your left side, but better that should be at your left side. Sometimes that should be at your left side. If you are right-handed person, and that should be your right side if you are left-handed person. So that ample illumination you will get at your workplace, at your workstation আমরা ample illumination পাবো। যদি if the window at the back, then you will just protect the sunlight, and then this portion. So window should be at the side. So you should find out the room where you can place your laptop, your desktop over there, where the window at your side, and the monitor should be directly in front of you. If directly na hoy, then what happens? Then ki hobe? Then this monitor is placed in the angular position, and then the persons have to twist his neck. Here also, the persons have to twist his neck. Here also, the persons have to twist his neck. Now, I changed the positions of the monitor. I placed it directly, and now there's no twisting. And this twisting of the neck, what is known, that is the musculoskeletal disorder, which is known as the tension neck syndrome. So here, the possibility of development of tension neck syndrome is minimum. Syndrome is very high. So this is a very simple applications, and there's other things is 0 to 30 degree angle. So we never sit on the chair by making very straight our back. আমার ব্যাকটাকে বেশি স্ট্রেট করে আমি কখনো চেয়ারে বসি না, আমি একটু ঝুঁকে বসি। So this slightly forward bending posture, there will be 0 to 30 degree angle of the top of the top of the monitor. So it should be below at your eye level, and then you will get maximum comfort, and at least an arm length, because if it is very near, then you will feel some eye problems, as already described by Professor Dhara, that there's some dryness of the eye, is very difficult conditions. So your arm length, you should measure it by your arm length. So and where you should not move unnecessary That's movements, forward or backward bending postures of your neck should not be there. So if you constantly forward and backward bending postures of the neck jodi thake, then the possibility of developmental musculoskeletal disorder will become very high. And this is not a normal situation at home, but if you use the two monitors at the same time, the monitor should be placed like this. There's a U shape. And now minimum amount of neck movement will be there, because it will become your visual field. It will become under your visual field. So the excessive movement, and when the monitors will be placed like this, then you have to constantly move your head like over here and then over here, over here and then over here. And now when the two monitors are placed side by, this way, this is U shape, then you don't have to move your head, don't have to move your total body postures. Now the keyboard directly in front of you, and if it is not in front of you, then again there will be twisting of the back will be there, and again you will feel severe pain. এটাকে directly একদম সামনে রাখতে হবে, and your shoulder should be relaxed, একদম আরাম. You should take maximum comfort, and and your wrist should be straight. That is the very important thing. If your wrist, there's some bending of the wrist will be there, then you may develop carpal tunnel syndrome. That's a very interesting disease, very difficult disease. So again, this in case of the keyboard and the mouse should be at the same level. If the keyboard is here on the keyboard tray and the mouse is over the table, then there will be excessive pain at your shoulder. So then সব সময় you have to place the keyboard and the mouse at the same level, like in the adjustable keyboard. When we use the adjustable keyboard, then again you have to find out that whether ample space is there to accommodate both the keyboard and the mouse. A keyboard এবং mouse একটা লেভেলে না থাকলে there will be problem of the shoulder, severe pain. And there are hundreds of keyboards, but again চেয়ারের মতোই, it's very difficult to procure, because these are very costly, very expensive. There's some groove, and inside the groove there are so many keys are there, and when the person is use these keys, then automatically his wrist will become straight, and then the probability of development of carpal tunnel syndrome will become minimal. So this is a very interesting part, and there are hundreds of keyboards you will find, and again it is very expensive, it is very difficult to use. So there's some pistol grip mouse where by using this mouse your wrist will become straight. Again আমাদের দেশে এগুলো খুঁজে পাওয়া, in our country it will be very difficult. So you have to adjust yourself, your posture with all these things, that is the mouse and the keyboard, and whatever suggestions I have given you, the very, very little suggestion, very, very minimum suggestions I have already given, where the minimum amount of cost is required. The placement, the keyboard and the mouse at the same level, কোনো cost লাগে না. So by this way you can decrease the musculoskeletal disorder. The laptop, there's a very great problem in the laptop, because in the design of the laptop, with the screen attached to the keyboard, that why the screen is attached to the keyboard in case of the laptop. So you have to adjust your neck, you have to adjust your wrist, কারণ এখানে স্ক্রিনের সঙ্গে কিবোর্ডটা ফিক্সড আছে, but that is, you can't remove the keyboard from the screen, so it is fixed with the keyboard. Then you have to adjust your wrist, you have to adjust your neck, and then severe problem at the neck, severe problem with the wrist may develop. Now I give you some hints. That is, you have to use some separate keyboard, and that keyboard is attached with the laptop. This keyboard, place this keyboard in anywhere. Keyboardটা আলাদা, সেটা আমি আমার ল্যাপটপের কিবোর্ড ইউজ করছি না, এবং that keyboard is attached with the that is laptop. And now we can use place this keyboard anywhere. আমি এখন এই কিবোর্ডটাকে যে কোনো জায়গায় রেখে আমি কাজ করতে পারবো. So this is a very interesting thing, but you have to pay something for this extra keyboard. And the chair, you have to find out the proper chair at your home. বাড়িতে প্রপার চেয়ারটা খুঁজে বার করতে হবে which will fit your body dimensions, your body size, your body dimensions will be that will almost almost fit, almost match your body dimension. And the angle the laptop, so that it will become slightly below the eye level. তাহলে এই স্ক্রিনটা will become below the total screen partটা below the eye level, and that will give you the comfort. Very minimum, কোনো কিছু দরকার নেই, পয়সার কোনো দরকার নেই, কোনো কিছু দরকার নেই. There is no need for the money, no need for the no need for the extra arrangement. You can arrange it at your home, and this portion should be inclined. Now there's some arrangement you can buy from outside, that if we fix this arrangement with the laptop, then this portion will become inclined. And why this inclination is required? Because if this inclination will be there, then your wrist will become straight. And you can do it by using some fat book. কিছু মোটা বইয়ের উপর যদি ল্যাপটপটাকে আমি এরকম ইনক্লাইন করে রাখি, then automatically আমার wrist হয়ে যাবে straight. And then you will get maximum comfort by using this type of laptop. So it is a very, and you have to buy something, you have to purchase that, you have to buy that book of course. But আমাদের ক্ষেত্রে, but for ourselves, there are lots of books at our home, and that you can use. And the most important thing is that is the stretching and the movement. That is the during the you have to take some rest during the total period of the work, and then you do some stretching exercise. And this stretching exercise is very important, for your for not to develop the musculoskeletal disorder. And there's other thing is there, that is the overuse of the smartphone. Then several types of diseases, musculoskeletal disease. And then we are bending our neck. And now you know that when we bend your neck, like 60-degree bending, then you are just bearing the weight of the head 27 kg. যখন আমরা এরকম ভাবে বেন্ডিং করে আমি দেখছি আমার এটাকে স্মার্টফোনটাকে, তখন এই বেন্ডিং এর জন্য 60-ডিগ্রি বেন্ডিং এর জন্য আমি 27 কেজি ওজন, আমার মাথার ওজন 27 কেজি আমি বলছি. So that will create some excessive stress at your cervical region. So this is a no positions, and this is the yes positions to use the smartphone. And when you use the smartphone with your hand, then again, if you for the surfing, you have to use the thumb, and then continuous movement of the thumb. There some pain will be developed at the base of your thumb. আমরা এই বেস অফ ইউর থামে আমার পেইন তৈরি হবে, কারণ আমি এটা দিয়ে সবসময় আমি মুভমেন্ট করছি, আমি সার্ফিং করছি আমার স্মার্টফোনের উপর. এটাকে আমি এই দিস ডিজিজ ইজ be there, and for this bending এর জন্য we may develop carpal tunnel syndrome. There's as I already told you, it's a very difficult disease, and maybe this type of like the tennis elbow or the golfer's elbow, that the lateral epicondylitis or the medial epicondylitis, এগুলোর জন্য এইসব ডিজিজ গুলো আমাদের হতে পারে. This is the bending of these things. So take break is the first thing, and you have to take break during your work. একদম মোবাইল ফোন ফেলে রেখে দেবো, সেই সময় আমি কিচ্ছু করবো না. If the call will come, I will not respond to the call. And use voice to text features. Don't use your thumb every time. Use your voice, and then or you use stylus. So if the stylus will not be there, if the voice, that thing is not be there, and সেল ফোনে বা আমার স্মার্টফোনে স্টাইলাসও নেই, তখন আমি কি করব? Yes, you have to switch, you have to change hand. কখনো sometimes you have to hold it by your by your left hand, sometimes you will hold it by your right. And this switching of the hand will give you some amount of comfort. And the sitting standing workstation, yes, it is required. And also this footrest is required. But I will suggest you some inclined footrest, but sometimes it is very difficult. So some hard cardboard you can use for this, for this sitting for this footrest. But where you will get this sitting standing workstation? Professor Dharao suggestion diyechen, the sitting standing workstation is better. Yes, this is ergonomically designed, ergonomic suggestion, normal. that every 20 minutes you have to take 20-second rest, and then you have to see 20 feet away. And then you will get the mental and the physical comfort. কিন্তু বাড়িতে যদি ছোট্ট বাড়ি হয়, then in which way we will see the 20 feet away? জানলা দিয়ে বাইরে তাকালে, if I look through the window, then I get some comfort. But if there is no window, then you have to use some posters. You have to paste some posters, some natural posters, some natural beauty posters, and then you will get maximum comfort by looking at these posters. And of course, these exercises. And if you count all these things, if you add all these things, it is hardly 2 minutes is required. Hardly 2 minutes is required to complete this exercise. But these exercises will give you maximum comfort in working from home. And thank you for your attention. আমি অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাই আপনাদের যে আপনারা অনেকক্ষণ ধরে আমার কথা শুনেছেন. Thank you for your attention. Here of the session, he told me, Somnath, if you will not get any question, then your lecture is like this. But if you get questions, the lecture is like this. A question is enough. একটা question পেলেও ভালো. Yes, of course. Please.
Buck Saints asked you that is that anti-radiation chip or device which may be used in electronics gadgets can reduce radiation properly?
এবার আমি বলি, that is my own way I'm giving you the answer. Anti-radiation screen is sometimes it is very, it is very expensive. You should not use these things. You should take some rest. You should not sit, in front of your computer. You should take rest every time, every half an hour. You should take rest for 20 to 30 minutes. Again, half an hour less, which is known as the 50-50, 50 work, 50 rest. Sometimes it is very difficult. So 5 hours rest, you should take frequent rest. And this frequent rest will give you comfort of your eye and comfort of your brain also. So frequent rest, I should suggest you the frequent rest. Sometimes it is very difficult to purchase, sometimes it is very difficult to find, but it is very easy to take rest and take some daily exercises. Yoga is very interesting thing. আমরা বসে বসে we can, by sitting over here on the chair, we can do some yoga. And this yoga is very much effective for your health. And no cost is required, no cost is required. And this is a very, very good suggestions, ergonomic suggestions. I think so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You gave us.
Sir,
Thank you,
there
sir.
is another question.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Mona Lisa,
Yes.
please.
And Anusha will
Sir. আপনার nice presentation, দারুণ
বোঝা যায়নি তো, রিপিটেশনটা প্রকাশদার রিপিটেশনটা আমার সঙ্গে বোঝা যায়নি তো,
পুরোটাই দুজনে একসঙ্গে মিলেই করেছো,
সেই জন্য খুব
দুজনে একসঙ্গে মিলেই করেছো,
আর কি খুব চালাকি করে বলতো,
তোমরা দুজনে একসঙ্গে মিলেই বসে বসে চা খেয়ে খেয়ে করেছো, ভালো হয়েছে।
Okay, thank you. Yes, nice.
Mona Lisa asks participant if there is any relevant questions regarding this.
Sir, there is a question in the chat box.
Okay.
Asked by Shomita Haldar. Is there any chance of pain on the tail?
Which very nicely, that other body dimension, European body dimension is quite different from our body dimension. And we get more comfort by sitting on the floor. Choto choto bachchara, they like to sit on the bed for the study, during the study. So that thing is the beauty of the floor sitting is there. So there's some probability of development of the pain because you are not using the cushion. That is the minimum chance. So you have to change your posture frequently during sitting on the floor. And if you want to use the cushion, then you just place this portion in between you এটা আমার দোষ না
ইন্ডিয়া না,
Sir,
Huh.
Can we
Yeah.
take this?
Yes, please. This is the last question, and you should not ask any more questions. Okay? Now it is a time for rest and
Yeah, thanks, sir. You're running behind the time.
it is time for listening to Anup Daus. Yes. Yes, please.
আমার কিছু বলার নেই।
I'll tell you what, last question you can say. This is the last question. Yes, please.
Okay, sir. Is there any positive effect of our health of using indoor plants on laptop or desktop table?
Yes, the indoor plants means that is the indoor plants. Indoor plants means the plants inside your room. Yes, then also you can get comfort because the green color will give you some comfort at your eye. If you look to the green pool, the different colors maybe, and then also you will get comfort. Yes, that's a very good effect. If you use these things not the home, inside the room. Yes. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
May I carry on, sir? Sir, your microphone.
Of course, madam. Thank you. আমি তো প্রথমে স্যারকে থ্যাংক ইউ জানাবো দারুণ করে সুন্দর করে মানে
কথা বলছি
না স্যার আমরা তো কিন্তু
during my deliberations I never find you over there on the screen.
Yes, sir.
I find that I'm talking by looking at the wall. এটা ভীষণ ডিফিকাল্ট একটা কন্ডিশন তৈরি করে আমাদের সব টিচারদের আপনাদের সবারই তাই প্রবলেম হচ্ছে যে পড়ানোর সময় স্টুডেন্টদের ফেস দেখতে পাই না ডিউরিং অনলাইন টিচিং এর সময় দিস ইজ ভেরি হ্যাঁ
এটাকে আমরা ওভারকাম করতে পারি কিন্তু সেটা খুব কস্টলি তার মানে পেছনের স্ক্রিনে কারা আছেন তাদেরকে দেখা যায়
ও রাইট সেরকম করা যায়
এটা করা যায়
that's not required also that's not required yeah okay
thank you sir thank you
Thank you. Now, Dr. Anup Adhikari is with us. Thank you, sir, and welcome for being with us. Physiologist, and he will introduce himself. I think it will be more interesting for us.
We don't
now,
do it.
now it is your session, sir.
কি করবো?
Sorry, may I start your presentation?
আচ্ছা আমি প্রেজেন্ট নাও করে দিই না
Okay.
যাচ্ছে বোধহয় এবার
স্যার প্রেজেন্ট ইওর ডেস্কটপ আছে বা কিছু আছে ওখানটায়
না শুধু এখানে শেয়ার ইওর এন্টায়ার স্ক্রিন ওটা এবার শেয়ার করে দিই দিয়ে
স্ক্রিনটাকে শেয়ার করে দিলেই হবে
এবার যাচ্ছে
হ্যাঁ স্যার
হ্যাঁ স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে ওকে
হ্যাঁ স্যার
বাবা আমি বেঁচে গেছি উড়ি বাবা
স্যার টোটাল ওটা ফুল ভিউ করে দেন হ্যাঁ ওকে
ওকে
সুন্দর দেখুন
good afternoon actually we are running late so I have to make a shortcut so basically today I'm actually exercise physiologist no I'm not going to discuss about the what is the design and others I'm just today discussing about the post ergonomics so that students of the ergonomics they can involve themselves in sports and so help them to India to get laurel international standard. They can make that space. How they do it? I am criterion anthropometrist, actually level 4. I am international instructor for anthropometry. I look after North America and Indian subcontinent. Of course, I am a personal trainer. I'm Canadian fitness professional. And I'm a nutrition and wellness specialist. Basically, I'm now exercise physiologist, personal trainer, and criterion anthropometrist. So let us start because we are running by the time. So let me start. So today my topic is influence of ergonomics in enhancement of sports performance. Okay, so first of all, how do we relate science of ergonomics and sports? I'm a personal trainer. I'm attached with the sports actually directly. I'm an exercise physiologist. I'm not an ergonomic specialist, but how we relate? Actually, of course, you know, ergonomics, what we know, it is interaction between man and machine. But if you go to the sports, we call it is interaction between athlete, equipment, and environment. That way, the science of ergonomic relate with sports. So that's why ergonomics focus on quantifying motor strategies in order to optimize human performance, of course, you know. And ergonomic in sports is designed to improve the athletics performance and profitability. We are going to discuss that part by part. Ergonomic science supports the mechanical part of the movement and enhance the performance level of the athlete. Sports accessories, equipment, and environment, and reduce the injury to the athletes after working on the game environment. So in short, the science of ergonomic, what they do, they modify their physiology, basically physiology, modify, and they improve the accessories so that modifying technique can improve the performance of a sportsman and also reduce the injuries. That is the main theme of the sports ergonomics. We have to design, of course, Somnath and Prakash, they discuss about how to computer. I'm not going to that part. I'm going to discuss how ergonomics can involve themselves in sports by modifying, improving the technique and the equipments to improve the performance level. It is like a diet, ergonomic aid. You can say it's ergonomic aid to the sportsman. So that is the science of ergonomic, how we relate with the sports. For sports ergonomics, of course, maybe it is new to you, but it's not new. It is not new. It is very old. In 1983, Thomas Riley, he's my teacher. He's a very famous exercise physiologist. Also, he worked actually on football. He's a very renowned exercise physiologist, also biomechanist. So he introduced this term, sports ergonomics, in the science of ergonomics. The sports ergonomics deals with the sports to enhance the sports performance and reduce the injuries. It's like ergonomic aid. What we do in the nutrition, we add some ergonomical aid to improve the performance by improving the physiological metabolism. Here ergonomics, they design the sports equipments, design the sports accessories, and enhance the sports performance. The same thing. That's we call it now sports ergonomics. Let us start here. Now, ergonomic and sports science. So, the main aim of the ergonomics and sports science are closely tied together when taking human performance in consideration. Athletes have to optimize the level of their performance in relation to suppose for external demands. And this is an important part. No one can achieve world-class performance in a poor ergonomic environment. I'm talking because I look after the North America and across the other countries also. That's why they're coming up. They're going up. But India, no. If India wants medal in Olympic or international arena, they have to take the help of the ergonomics to improve the world-class performance. That's why ergonomic is so important. So those who are ergonomics, they have a big opportunity to involve themselves for interest in sports. They must involve themselves in sports ergonomics so that they can help India to get international, what you can say, get what is Olympic medal or whatever in international arena. Let me start here. The ergonomic model of sports science research. Of course, there are different models are there, but I prefer this one. This is a model how the sports science research and now I'm talking to North America. North American people, sportsmen, what they're doing, they're changing. You see that these are shoe here, they are changing, they are modifying so that when athletes are ground, they can get an extra mechanical help so that they can run. Starting block is an angle, and they could put that rear front side of their toe. They get an extra, what you can say, bouncing type. If you see the Johnson, who actually banned, Johnson used that technique. Starting is a very, very, very important in sprinting event. Sprinting event, North America and also Europe, everywhere they are designing the shoe according to person is feeling any discomfort or comfort or pain or injury, then you choose the material, which material you have to use it, and then it will complete. So that what are these are? These are actually health, suppose energy, deceleration, because whether the person wearing the shoes when he is running, it is actually he can't using more energy. That you have to look after less energy. The 10 kilometer in this specific time. So it is feeling stiffness. That all things is the jogging shoes. How we'll do it, I'm not going to that part. So those who are specialists in ergonomics, this is my demand, and you have to and for 30 to 40 or 50 minutes or 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer for a jogging shoe. This is the pole vault. Now, pole vault is actually one of the games in the Olympics apparatus made by the companies which are actually designed according to the Caucasian or black people, international according to those athletes. I'm running short. Now swimsuit, very important, because when you're the swimming, swimsuit is very, very important. What is there? The swimsuit, they will, you can say, they will allow the water to pass it quickly. So all the European and North American swimmer, they have their own personal design swimsuit. We don't have. Our athletes, our swimmers, what they do, we go to the either Adidas or Nike, or go to the modern market. We check it, we buy it, or we go to the umbrella. We check it, which is fit for me. Okay, fine. We never check it whether it is biomechanically is fit for me or not. Whether it is biomechanically fit for that swimmer. That is the difference. We have a good swimmers, but at the same time, if you can design our body with our all North American, all European swimmers, they have their own designed swimsuit. So here also, those are specialists in ergonomics. They should make swimsuit according to the requirement of our Indian body type. The Indian body type is different from them. When I measure them and I measure here, it's totally different. Totally different. Maybe there are 2, 3, 4% are there. Most of the swimmers' body type is completely different from us with the North American sportsmen, North American swimmers. So we can sports. So that he should not come out. I'll tell you one thing. What happened? I'm not. He's my Calcutta Indian coach. He went to Seoul Olympic. Temperature, though it's a summer Olympic, temperature came down that day. The temperature was different. They did not have the specific warm-up suit with her. So she could not do any good result, but she was very good athlete. She came back and she got a medal over here. That is, I'm not blaming my friend. He's a very good coach, because he doesn't have the warm-up suit. Nobody designed. What we do, maximum those were, we go to the umbrella, we buy it. Those were at Calcutta, can't go to the umbrella, go to the modern market. Oh, this warm-up suit is perfect for me. Oh, it's fit for me. Fine. No. It should be designed for the athlete when they are warming up, according to the game also. So those are ergonomic special. I request them for our Indian sportsmen, because I have a bad experience 20 years back. She was a very good athlete. Coach was very good coach, and he's my friend. He was my friend. He's still my friend. But because temperature came down like that way, she could not practice in the morning. Sad part of our Indian sports science, or what you can say. I'm not blaming, but that is a sad part. We don't have our own design warm-up suit. Sports helmet, very important. Because helmet for safety. For the safety, it is very important to design sports helmet. All the North America, also Europe. Every cyclist, they have their own design helmet. It is aerodynamics as well as safety. If you see those who are in that is marathon run in France that do. In France that do, cyclists famous, all the design sports helmet. In India, we don't have. But if you can't our own, we can buy the sports helmet, which is designed for the Western cyclist. We can buy it, or we can take it, and we can check it whether our sportsman or not. In 2016 arena, they are using this is called helmet fit index. The index starts from 0 to 100, but it should be more than 70 or 80%, more than 80 point or 80% fit. So if we can buy or we can select the sports helmet which is available in the companies or available in the market, then we can test how much fit that helmet with the specific sportsman or specific cyclist. So we can use the helmet fit index. It is Arena 2016. If you Google it, you'll find it. Totally biomechanics. Actually, he has done on anthropometry and biomechanics. They mixed it up. 3D camera. Because I am not a biomechanist, but they use it. I saw them in the laboratory. They have that one, and they measure the anthropometry properly, and they design it, and they find it whether the helmet is fixed for or not. You can see the helmet fit index. You can use it whether the helmet available in the market is fit for the cyclist. That's very important injury part in cycling, because when they in the velodrome, if you go to the velodrome, it's totally 45 degree. This 100, totally 45 degrees. It is like that. So if something wrong happens, if they actually fell down on the ground, they may have some injuries and dangerous injuries. So here, those are ergonomic specialists. They can use the helmet fit index. I think you do it. You know, those are ergonomic specialists. Somnath and Prakash, I think they use this one, but I'm not a specialist in that way. Very easy. Now, when I do practice over there. In the gym, the problem, first one designing, and then I'm coming to the equipments. In the gym, I went some gyms over here in Calcutta. They are not scientific. Totally that is against the ergonomics. Totally against ergonomical design. Not most, except the Gold Gym, because they are international. So those who are ergonomic specialists or those who are sports ergonomics, they can design the gymnasium of the athlete. They can design the gymnasium of the athlete. I'm not talking about the private. I'm talking where the athlete they practice, they can design the gymnasium according to ergonomic rules, or they follow the ergonomics. Number two, the equipments. First is the this is called Olympic rod. When you do lifting, I have here local. One is Olympic. Normally we use the Olympic because the weight is around 50 pounds. Now this Olympic rod, which they sell it over here, their grip is according to the Caucasian people, according to the black people, Jamaican people, according to North American people, European people, especially the Olympic rod, that one. We don't have their own. What we do, we go to the market and we go to the market, we buy the rod and we come it. But in a gymnasium, there are so many athletes are there, grips are different. So when they practice with the different grip, they will not practice it perfectly, and moreover, the chances of injury, safety, we are compromising the safety using different type of bars. Specialists, they can design the Olympic bar, this bar, what should be our ideal, our Indian context. They can do it. Then the lifting twist, is heavy, 45 pounds, maximum is 45 pounds. When you are lifting it, if the grip is not perfect, that may cause injury to the sportsman. Suppose an athlete, he has to practice. It is not in practicing, that is, I am talking about the non-seasonal time. He has to practice in the gymnasium. He he tried to lift the plate, but that when your grip is not perfect according to the athlete, so when you're lifting it, chances of injury. So those who are sports ergonomic specialists or those are ergonomic specialists, they can design the grip according to our Indian context. Here they don't do. Into Gambala, if you go to the different companies, they just buy it or it is like that, they can hold it. Just they make it like that way. They don't design according to measuring the informatic, according to our Indian context, measuring the grips and everything. And one more thing is a dumbbell, very important. When you are practicing, this is the standard, international standard, but these are all made for their measurements, the grip measurements are according to the Caucasian or the black population. That gives a more. When I practice it, this one, they are in my country, in my country means they are in North America. I have a problem. I can't lift it properly. Same problem, they face it here, the athletes. When they go to the gym, they don't have proper dumbbell according to their own hand grip. So the sports ergonomics students or researchers, they can design according to an Indian context. Now this table, where we lift it, chest press, or when you press it, chest press. Very important, because what we made, they design it according to their body type. They are all more than our Indian structure. So they design it according to the Western body type. We don't have our own, or maybe small, maybe big. But if it is not perfect, suppose on my and the table that chest press or that bench press, that bench is not perfect for her or him. It may cause injury, because when you are lifting it like that way, it should be like this. But my height, right, the rack, it is too high. So when I'm or too low, so I'm putting it like that way, it may cause injury. So it's too low. What is we are available in the market? When it's too low, and if I put it like that way, chances are there I have injury over here. It should be like that. So you can design these weightlifting plates, drawers, and benches according to our Indian context. So in the gym we have. I'm sorry, I'm Ranga Pratap. So this is actually those sports ergonomics in Paralympic games. They can participate. They can participate. They can use them. So this is Indian. So there you have to design. You have to design artificial age for proper performance level. You can design it. You know him. He's from South Africa and she's from India. So you can design according to their requirement. Because this is my sub part Paralympic sub part. For the sub part here over here, this is Special Olympic. You know the Special Olympic, okay? Those who are actually or what you can say, physically handicapped, because physically challenged. We don't use the word handicapped; it's illegal. Physically challenged. For sports ergonomics or ergonomic specialists, they can design, reduce, not 80, because they are not intelligent like that. Okay, they have intellectual disabilities. They are not that type of developed like a ordinary children. So there is chance of injury, not the performance. We never think about the performance when it becomes first or second or third, and we think about their injury part, safety. So here, the sports ergonomics or those are specially designed. Their shoes, design their clothes, the gloves and kneecap according to their record injury to increase to improve. My sub corner the Special Olympics, but you can participate over there. The wheelchair sports, it is there all over everywhere. So there you have to design it according to the sportsman. to design according to the sportsman because they have to lift it. Suppose the same design should be different for him and like that way because they are playing basketball. They have to move. They have to suddenly they have to move it. But here the weightlifting they have to lift it. Not sorry, clean and jerk. Lift it. So design of this wheelchair should be different from design of the person who is playing basketball because they have to move and they have to throw. Again, that will be different person who is playing lawn tennis because he needs force. He have to do that one. Be movable quickly. So specialists, they can really those who have become sports ergonomics, they can involve them. It will be a pleasure that we can help. So in short, because I'm running out of the time, so thank you very much for watching this one. I don't know because I'm not a specialist in across the world in the ergonomic that way. So thank you very much and thank you others. So let me stop sharing. I've done it, I think. So what should I do now?
Thank you, sir. Very good presentation.
Okay, now I can.
Now I am asking to our participants. There are participants in online. I am asking them. One of them, assistant professor. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
I am audible, but I can't see anything. That's
Am I audible?
Yeah, I am audible.
Okay. So I am asking a question. Light upon. Of course,
yeah.
Of course. Physical educations of our college, asking a question, please light upon instruments and why it is more useful.
Am I please, sir?
I can't hear.
Isokinetic exercise instrument and its usefulness.
Oh, isokinetic equipment is very expensive. It is around 1 crore. We don't have. I think we have in Chennai. One is there. So isokinetic is different isokinetic equipment that is concentric exercise. Concentric. So all the way the load is same. So that is not available. That is very expensive. Isokinetic machine is expensive. You can't use it. But what you can do, because when you are doing like that way, concentric exercise, you have to develop your own technique. The equipment is expensive. It is around 1 crore rupee. That time it was, yeah. So it is not possible to buy the isokinetic machine. Anything?
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody asking question? Madam, জিজ্ঞেস করুন কেউ আর প্রশ্ন করছেন কিনা?
Yes, sir. There is a question by Shiv Shankar Mal. Can the practice of multi-gym increase the ergonomic health? I repeat, sir. Can the practice of multi-gym ergonomic health?
What actually is he asking?
He is asking if he do practice in multi-gym, is it be useful to improve his ergonomic health?
Yes. But the problem is, yes, of course, because it is on you. Normally we use the 1 RM because you don't have the equipment, isokinetic equipment. So you can use the 1 RM, but don't use the old technique of the 10 RM. What we do a percentage of the 1 RM. So you can use the 1 RM, then easily you can develop it. 1 RM. Of course, if he is a physical trainer, he knows how to calculate the 1 RM. But there is one easy way. Suppose for bicep curl, if I can lift suppose 100 pounds, so we start suppose 60%. You can start with the 60 pounds or 80 pounds. So that way they can do it. That is on him.
No more questions, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because
You have
I'm very
presented a
familiar
new
with the area.
area of ergonomics before our audience. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
again.
What should I do now?
You have to off your present now option, and I am requesting you to be with us.
Okay, I'll be there, but I don't know what to do now because totally today close it.
Yes,
ম্যাডাম
sir.
হ্যাঁ
Present
স্যার
now.
আপনার স্ক্রিনে যেখানে প্রেজেন্টেশন আছে
Present.
ওখানে দেখুন ওই স্ক্রিনের উপরেই লেখা আছে স্টপ প্রেজেন্টেশন আপনার স্ক্রিনের উপরেই লেখা আছে স্টপ প্রেজেন্টেশন সিবিটি ইজ অলরেডি স্টপ দেন ওকে
I think stopped. I think so. So you
Okay,
carry on.
okay,
You carry on for the next one.
Thanks.
Don't wait for me. Yeah.
Resource person. Welcome, sir. Dr. Shaijuddin Sheikh. Yes, Dr. Shaijuddin Sheikh. Hello. Hello, sir.
শেখ
Hello.
স্যার কি অনলাইনে আছেন প্লিজ
Hello. Hello.
Here with us. Welcome, sir. Our next speaker,
Okay. So
Dr. Shaijuddin Sheikh. He completed his MSc in Physiology and
Sir.
B.Ed in Vidyasagar University, India. Masters in Public Health in Mahidol University, Bangkok, Thailand. He completed his PhD in Nutrition in Calcutta University, India. He has postdoctoral training in nutrition, University of Illinois at Chicago, USA. Training on from Johns Hopkins University, USA. His present affiliation is Associate, Department of International Health, Johns Hopkins University, USA. Other affiliation as Consultant and Visiting Scientist, Society for Applied Studies, Kolkata, India. He supervises graduate and master students, Institute of Nutrition and Food Science, Dhaka University, Bangladesh. He supervises the PhD students of Johns Hopkins University for data collection in the field. Sir, you have more than 50 peer-reviewed high impact factor international journal. We are proud, sir, you are with us. Thank you again, sir. Welcome. Now the
So-
session is yours.
good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for
Most
inviting me.
welcome sir Most
Okay,
welcome.
thank you very
Most
much
welcome,
for
sir.
organizing committee and principal to invite me in at this seminar. So this seminar is related, that is the ergonomics. So the body fitness is very important at workplace. Another thing is that most of the people now are working from home due to restricted movement for COVID-19, so then become overweight. So now question is that how will we measure the overweight proper way?
Please on your camera. Please on your camera,
Okay.
Saju.
Okay,
Please
sure.
on your camera. While speaking,
Okay,
on
sir.
your camera.
Now it is okay, sir. Now it is okay, sir.
Yes, it is okay. Okay, now we are looking now.
Yes, sir.
So now question is that how we will measure the overweight in the proper way instead of body mass index. So that is why my presentation is pretty much related to the this seminar. So you know that is the obesity is becoming a focused public health concern. Obesity and occupational morbidity and mortality are global problem as well. 30% adults are overweight in urban India and 40% women are overweight in Punjab and these affluent cities. 22% male and 33% female are overweight in Delhi, Chennai, the mega city. Employed adults spend a quarter of their lives at work.